Here's Shay Dorley. Shay?
I'm in a good mood, Kaplan. Don't try to ruin it. The NFL insider Jordan Schultz reported that based on what he's hearing from the Bears, they are not focused on wide receiver at all with the 9th pick, and that the likeliest options based on his sourcing are pass rushers, offensive tackle, or trading down. Shot or no shot. All the wide receiver smoke from the Bears was just that, smoke.
No shot. No shot. It's absolutely in play. Now, again, you can only take one player. So if they take a lineman or a defender, he'll go, I told you. But absolutely no shot because they are absolutely considering wide receiver.
Of course. This is not that deep, actually. I understand that people are, because it's a top 10 pick, everyone's looking at it and trying to figure out what the Bears are going to do. It's not that deep, Cap. It's not. It would be that deep if the Bears didn't do their due diligence here in the offseason in free agency.
Correct.
Because now there's an array of places you can go. Oh, my God, they only got a couple of guys. Well, I mean, they had 7 wins before. They got to figure out running back, and they got to figure out free safety, and they've already taken care of a lot of that with veterans and choices that they've made.
Correct.
It's not that deep. It's the Bears should be able to strike on something that they can utilize and mold and shape into something that is special for this football team at the number 9 pick.
Agreed.
You don't have to reach for it. It's right there for you. You have several choices you can make, unless you feel like you have some reclamation project you can clean up. But you don't need to do that. It's a top 10 pick after all. Just take what you need and then move forward.
Let's go.
It's not that deep.
It's not.
Like wide receiver, offensive line, defensive line. Okay, so you have a few choices.
Don't overthink this.
You see the holes in the depth chart. That's things that need to upgrade.
I've told you. I'm cool if they get an offensive tackle. I'm cool if they go receiver. I mean, I know they want another rush edge. Go trade for Trey Hendrickson. I want to draft somebody in that O-line or wide receiver room.
But Penix was the best on the board. Here's Shay Norley.
Oh. when best available gets turned the other way.
Hey,
the epic myth of best player available.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Go ahead.
All right, Brad Spielberger, formerly of PFF, tweeted this morning, quote, "The league has never done this good of a job keeping things under wraps. We are getting chaos tonight. Shot or no shot, the Bears are going to shock us with the 9th pick."
That's a no shot. That's a no shot. Will not be a shock.
The only thing that would be shocking is if they said the Bears have traded up to like 3 or 4. That would be shocking.
Poles is cool. He's good. Wasn't that night? It's not like he's not taking calls. Of course he is, but he's good. That the way you shock someone is like, yeah, they got Marvin Harrison for a future haul.
Right.
I don't think that's in him. I think he's tired now. I think he's had enough.
Kaplan walked back here in the last break and goes, what if at number 9, the Chicago Bears select the cornerback out of Alabama?
Terry and Arnold.
I was like, I would flip bleep. I think my coffee table would be in danger. My TV would be in danger.
You did what? Wow.
The only way I'm shocked is if I'm angry. If they do something reasonable, I'm going to be pretty happy. If they take Brock Bowers, I'd be shocked.
You'd be shocked.
I would be shocked, yeah.
I know he's one of their most highly rated guys.
One of my highly rated guys.
Yeah.
And God bless him wherever he goes.
Chicago Bears select Brock Bowers. He's a unicorn, Shay. Get on board.
I think he's a person, actually.
He's a unicorn.
He's not a unicorn. Why do people keep calling him a unicorn? He's a big wide receiver. Unicorn is Rob Gronkowski, who's an enormous human being who's as good or better as a run blocker as he is a route runner and pass catcher.
Well, guess what?
Brock Bowers doesn't have one of the skill sets.
People that know more football than you, me, Hoodie, and Jay Moore combined times 100 call him a unicorn. So I'll ride with them. Thank you. Next, Shay.
Benjamin Albright and Jeff Hughes of the Bears blog both had an identical trade partner for the Bears in tonight's draft in their latest mocks. Benjamin Albright typically pretty accurate as well. The New Orleans Saints, desperately in need of a tackle on their offensive line, move up to number 9 and give the Bears the 14th pick as well as some other stuff. For what it's worth, I did have them trading with New Orleans in my trade down mock yesterday. The Saints love to do this historically. They are a trade-up organization, and they are in desperate need of a tackle. So shot or no shot, the Bears could already have a trade partner at 9 in New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm going to say no shot. I don't think Poles is going that far down. I think he's getting an elite player up there at 9. I don't think he's going that far down.
I would like for them to get more picks, but if not, get what you need at 9 and move forward. The least amount of draft picks. Boy, if they didn't do what they did here in the offseason, I'd be all over them for those 4 picks. Be like, man, you got to do more. You got to get more capital. But this is a shining red light, Cap, to say the Bears are going for it based on the choices that they made here in the offseason. Is that not an underrated story, or are people looking at this the way I'm looking at it? Am I alone?
No.
All the moves that they've made?
They are pushing the chips in, going, all right, we got to develop the quarterback. Maybe we don't win a Super Bowl this year, but we're going to be really good.
Like, we go back to a few weeks ago talking about Saquon Barkley at the running back spot. I said, Cap, I like Khalil Herbert and Roshan Johnson. And even, from Ryan Pohl's standpoint, he goes, he likes them too. But there's nothing like the veteran presence with a guy with some tread on his tires like DeAndre Swift. Whoa, out of nowhere. His name was not hot in the streets.
Was not.
But it adds to something that you already have. I thought, you're good at running back, but he wants to be great at running back.
He does. He wants to support his young quarterback.
It's Tyson Bagent. All right, Shay.
Brett Rippon.
I'm just looking at the depth chart. I see Tyson Bagent right here. We had him on the show. He's ready to go.
He is. I like him a lot.
All right, yesterday, big news in the NFL. Adam Schefter reporting that the Bengals' 29-year-old pass rusher Trey Hendrickson requested a trade due to stalled contract talks. Not the only Bengal asking for a trade. Wide receiver T. Higgins also asked for a trade because he hasn't been approached about a contract extension or anything in the realm of the terms that he is looking for, which might be further complicated after Amon-Ra St. Brown got $30 million a year yesterday. More on that in a little bit. The Bears do have needs at both edge rusher and wide receiver, and they have extra draft picks last year that could give them a little bit of leverage. So, shot or no shot, the Bears should trade for one of these players.
Shot. I want that kid.
Hendrickson? Yes.
Hendrickson.
Yes.
I don't want a receiver that I got to sign for $100 million for 4 years and 60 guaranteed. No. But I do want Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, man.
It's a shot. I do want to ask Shay about the Bengals because in years past, the Bengals, we talk about Chicago teams, the perception of Chicago teams don't spend money, specifically the White Sox. But what about the Bengals? Now, again, Mike Brown, still the owner, right, of the Bengals? Mm-hmm. Just like he was running a mom and pop shop all those years under Marvin Lewis as the head coach, where it was just okay, but they were non-playoff teams and they were underachievers and all that. So I just wonder, from the Bengals standpoint, if you're a player, don't you feel like the window's still open for Cincinnati? With Joe Burrow as a quarterback?
100%.
I understand about it's individual players that want to get, you want them to get paid. It's clear. I mean, you want to get paid. I'm just wondering, like, you mentioned a couple of players now wanting out, not restructuring, not looking for a deal, like wanting out. That's what you're saying, Shay, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's the nature of the league. Like, I don't think the Bengals are what they used to be. They're a spend team. They paid their quarterback something like $55 million a year on average. And they went out and got Orlando Brown to be the left tackle. This is the nature of the cap. Like, they're going to pay Jamar Chase. It's difficult to pay both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You got a pass rusher in Trey Hendrickson who you like, but he's getting older. It's hard to justify putting that amount of money in that position when you have other things on the roster and a quarterback making $50 million a year. Like,
just wondering if Cincinnati's still a destination for some teams. It should be because of those, good assets, young assets, starting with Joe Burrow.
As long as you have a quarterback in this league, your window is open. If you have the franchise quarterback, you're okay.
I just texted to the host of the Bengals postgame show.
Lance McAllister.
Yes. What would it take to get Trey Hendrickson? We'll see what he says. What's the smoke there? What are they saying?
And he'll respond soon.
He will.
Yes. I'm just wondering, like, what Cincinnati's window is open to win. Will they go through it? That's the question, Shay. Like, when you have a young quarterback like Burrow, and you do have pieces, I wonder will they ever hit the bell? Will they get there?
They came close when they went to the AFC title game and lost a tough one to the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. And then he got hurt last year.
Yeah.
They went to the Super Bowl.
They've been in the Super Bowl, too. Yeah,
So I think it's open as long as they have Burrow, but Burrow has to stay healthy.
he does.
That AFC North, man, always interesting. Always interesting. Especially when Justin takes over the reins at Pittsburgh. And that prove it deal. Prove it.
Yeah, he's a free agent in a year.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
All right, Shay.
All right, one final question for you. Cody Bellinger, the fractured ribs. I saw this on social media yesterday. Running into the outfield wall. Shot or no shot? The Cubs need to pad the outfield wall.
No shots. Stop with that out-of-town nonsense I'm hearing from people all over the place. No. The ivy and the wall have been there for 100 years. Stop. Dumb. Bad. No shot.
Well, sure, you can keep the wall there, but you should have coaches to be able to teach these out-of-town players that come in how to be able to play the outfield with the swirling winds. Be better. Understand. Hey, man, you don't have the ivy to cushion you in April and May. Definitely in April. May it starts to bloom, and then June, July, August. Wow, right?
And there's not even a cushion with the ivy. Cliff Floyd told me he rattled into the ivy, and he touched his head because he banged it. And he's like, blood.
Of course.
There's the nails that nail the ivy and that are in the wall. Yes.
I would say that I'd rather have the ivy than the brick wall and just like the sticks against you. I mean, how about teach the guys, hey, be careful. Where's the late Jimmy Pearsall when you need him? Wall, ball, wall.
Yeah.
That's how he taught Darren Jackson.
Correct.
Darren Jackson became a great outfielder because of Jimmy Pearsall.
That's correct.
Now listen, guy, when you see the ball, identify the ball, feel for the wall, and then ball. Ball, wall, ball. All right, Jimmy. Hey, that works.
Yeah.
I told you. I got the papers to prove it, kid. The organization sucks. Jimmy!
That's what he did.
Jimmy Pearsall. He was the best, man. I had a Jimmy Pearsall show once upon a time. Did you know that?
I didn't.
I did. Hosted with him.
Wow.
Yes. He was fantastic.
He was cool.
When did you get into baseball, kid?
Long time ago, Jimmy.
He was
Yeah,
amazing.
so Shay, no. We're not padding the freaking wall out there.
Unless there's more sponsors.
Oh.
Gotta get additional revenue streams in there, Cap. If that meant you had $1 million deal, those weeds are coming down. Just telling you.
Big padded green DraftKings sign right there in left field.
Yeah, exactly.
Gallagher Way. Big G, big A, big LL, right across the bottom.
Wow.
What? Underneath the basket. Be perfect.
Pass.
Yeah, that's exactly. And then you can have the green, looking like ivy. Just the picture of ivy across the big green padding. Ah, like a pillow.
Pass.
We got Around the NFL coming up, and don't forget, it's a Deal Breakers Thursday as well. It's all part of the mix on draft day on the Cap and J Hood